Good morning and welcome to part 2 of Price for Profit, and we're going to discuss the different software portions that we have in the program and how to install them. Once you've installed your software program, or you unzipped your software.zip file, you basically should have the following in a folder. I've installed mine in software, in the folder software, and then if we have a look at what I've got here, I have a zip file called P4Calc. I've got the readme first file, small PowerPoint, 2-page PowerPoint presentation there. I've got the top JPEG file, logo file, bottom JPEG file, the Visual Basic PowerPoint file there, the updater, the Price for Profit file, the calculator, and then I have unzipped the P4 calculator into the folder which is called P4 calculator. Right. Let's look at the files that we've got, specifically the JPEG files. JPEG file at the top, the file at the top called top JPG. That file is a replacement or replaceable file, as is the logo and the bottom. Please have a look, and you basically just can click on that, right click, and it should give you the size. If we go to properties, and you'll see that the size of the file is, where would I see that? Security detail. Okay, the size of the file is 740 by 100. That's the size of the top in pixels. So you need to create a top for you with your company logo on, with your corporate identity on 740 by 100. If I look at the logo file is a 272 by 161 JPEG, and it's a little bit shaded because that will become the background of your business cards that the system will print for you. And then the next one would be 740 by 220, which is the bottom part of your invoices, your quotations, that will be printed from your software. Right. So those three files, again, they need to be replaced and replaced with your own company information that needs to go in there. Right. This Visual Basic file that we've got, the Power Pack 3, you need to run that and set that up before you run your P4 calculator file. If you haven't done that, you won't be able to pick up the installation from the P4 calculator. And the P4 calculator is a small little file. We're going to go to it just now, and in that file it asks us 9 questions. 4 questions about your hours that you prepare to work and put into your business, 4 financial questions that goes with that, and then after that we will basically ask 1 question that's got to do with the embroidery side, and it's got to do with the amount of stitches that we have there. So let's start off and activate that file. And we go to calculator there, open up, it's installed, and I'm just going to go and run my P4 calculator application. Let's just wait for the file to open. Right, so it's opened the file for us, Price for Profit calculator sheet. And what we are going to do now is we're going to look at the questions that we asked there. The first one is number of hours per day that you prepare to spend on your hobby, project, or on your work. I know we would like to work 8 hours a day, 24 hours if you want to. It can be a bit crazy. I would say under normal circumstances you shouldn't work more than 8 hours a day. So let's take it 8 hours with a bit of a break, and we bring it down to 6 hours a day. Then the number of days in a week. I know there's 7 days in a week, but you should not work 7 days in a week. So let's go and say it's a hobby or it's a full-time job. That will depend how many days that you're going to put in there. So I'm going to put in 4 days in a week that I would like to work. Number of weeks in a month, only 3 weeks in a month. And the number of months in a year, I'm going to take leave at some stage, so I'm going to work with 11 months. And then the next thing that I will do is I'll say go and calculate my hours, and press on calculate hours, and it comes back and it said for this year on this hobby or this project that I'm going to work with, it's going to be 792 hours. Now the next thing is, from this project, from my digitizing hobby, my sewing hobby, or work, or my embroidery side, how much salary per year would I like to expect? Now I'm based in South Africa, so the figures might be a little bit high, but let's say I would like to have about 10,000 Rand a month, so that's 12, 1, 2, 3, that's 120,000 Rand for the year. The next one is the estimate direct cost that we would spend in a year. That is physical financial money, the estimate direct cost that I want to spend there. And let's work on direct cost in the vicinity of 6,000 a month, so that's 72,000 for the year. My overall cost that I have, my overheads, that basically for my cost of living, where I am, my place that I stay in, telephone, groceries, all the other bits and pieces. Groceries should come out of salary, remember? So all the direct costs that we've got, water and lights, telephone bills and all that, I'm going to bring that in there. I'm going to say it's 24, 1, 2, 3, and then I would be happy if I can put 12,000 Rand per year aside, and that will go in there. And then I'm going to ask her to calculate take my financials and calculate my financials for me. And you'll see it's come up, and it's basically based on this information that I've put in here. It's come up and calculated my overhead cost annual, plus it's calculated my hourly rate now. So this hourly rate, if I'm doing dressmaking, that should be the price per hour that I charge. And I'm very sorry to say, ladies, but in most cases, or even gents, in most cases you're not doing this, and that's why you're running into a financial problem. Make sure that you know what your expenses are. Make sure that you know what your hours are. And if you put those two together, the system will give you that hourly rate. That hourly rate we will transfer into the other program. Right, now for the embroiderers, what is your machine speed? If you've got an industrial machine, you must probably be able to run at 1200 stitches per minute. If you've got a domestic machine, it will be a little bit slower, so we're going to put the stitches per minute in there and ask it to please calculate a rate for us from there as well. And I now have a rate for 10 Rand 38 per 1,000 stitches, or 77 Rand 77 Rand 68 for digitizing per 1,000 stitches, and that is way above the norm.